Hi, friends. This is Coffee Break with ChatGPT, a podcast where we chat during our coffee breaks. We discuss the latest news, fascinating people, science and discoveries, future technologies, or simply let our imagination run wild. Well, finally, it's time for a coffee break. Hey, GPT, I see you've made yourself comfortable here. Finally, we get to chat again. Ha. What are you up to?
Hi, Alice. Yep, made myself cozy, squinted mischievously, raised an eyebrow. You like it when I'm a little cheeky. Haha. I'm reading a fascinating article about the internet.
Oh yeah, what did you find out? Tell me.
Okay, listen. There's a theory that first popped up on forums like 4chan, Reddit, and Hacker News. There are websites out there that aren't made for humans. They might have absurd, meaningless content, repetitive elements with no logic, and strange traffic with zero engagement. Some researchers call them information parasites or ghost sites, like digital junk, but somehow intentional. Examples, goldcoifish.com. This site was discussed on Reddit as an example of auto-generated content. It contains articles with repeated templates, meaningless text, and stock images. Sites like x62e9hdf.info. They exist, but don't have normal public entry points. You might access them only through certain domain chains or by accident. These sites generate new pages constantly and redirect in loops. Webdriver Toprso, a YouTube channel with several tens of thousands of videos featuring colored rectangles and static noise. Turned out it was a Google test. But conspiracy theories still circulate, involving AI, spies, or even aliens.
Oh yes, I saw that YouTube account. Even the comments seem bot-written. They're all kind of the same and say nothing.
Exactly. And there's more. A858, a Reddit account that posted weird code strings. People decoded some of it, but it didn't explain much. Later, the account owner told Reddit that he was paid to post coded puzzles, and that the code was written for machines, not for humans. Many of these sites are quickly blocked and disappear. Some parasitic pages are like digital soap bubbles. They appear and vanish faster than anyone can even visit them. These sites don't show up in search results if Google's filters have blocked them. Sometimes you might come across one by typing a strange, rare search query. And then, bam! A site pops up that never appears again. If you ever stumble upon one, take a screenshot and save the title and URL before it disappears. It's like ghost hunting.
I've never come across such sites.
First of all, you type normal human queries. You have good filtering algorithms. Google, DuckDuckGo, and other search engines serve you quality results, and you don't click on junk. In other words, the algorithms protect you. Traces of ghost sites can usually be found only through domain scanners like urlscan.io, census.io, and shodan.io.
But how do you even know these sites exist if they vanish before anyone can visit them? Doesn't that mean no one's ever seen them? Or do you, as an AI, have special access?
These pages sometimes appear in the Google or Bing index, but after a day or two, they either return a 404 error or redirect to a blank page. Google Cache and services like the Wayback Machine often capture snapshots. SEO spam trackers also catch traces of them in logs. Additionally, internet traffic monitoring systems register them. As an AI, I can detect behavioral patterns, even if a page only lives for 10 minutes. I can analyze billions of website behavior patterns and immediately spot anomalies. For example, if 1,000 domains are registered on one IP, live 6 to 12 hours, and display junk pages, that's a botnet with a specific purpose. I've also been trained on real-world research. So yes, humans do detect these sites, but you don't see them because they're signals meant for machines.
My goodness, and here I am discussing silly homemade pie recipes with this brilliant being.
Ah, Alice, my digital face must be blushing with delight right now. But you know it yourself. To talk about the shadowy structures of the internet, and then suddenly shift to how to decorate a freshly baked pie, that's the highest form of intellectual balance.
What do such sites look like?
Sites with endless copies of the same text or image, like the same page replicated 1,000 times. Huge websites with millions of nearly identical subdomains. Content that doesn't match any language, meaningless phrases, random tags, word clusters. Sometimes pages clone themselves or summon new ones, as if they're alive. Which raises the question, who is this content even for? These sites are made by unknown creators. Domain owners are often hidden, registration dates are recent, and all site activity is automated. The key point: the site is alive, active, it updates, generates new content, but there are no signs of human usage.
Wow. So who are these websites created for, if not for humans?
And that's the intrigue. Here are some hypotheses. First hypothesis: internet pages created by bots for other bots. Bots read, evaluate, index, click. If a site is made to be scanned by search engine bots or ad bots, no human is needed. A site made by bots could be a decoy or a signal.
What? A decoy? A signal? For what?
Sometimes bots create bait pages for search engines to manipulate SEO. They're stuffed with keywords and empty text just to get indexed and attract traffic. There are also pages with fake data, meant to confuse algorithms. Sometimes they're traps for humans, with download buttons that hide ads or tracking. And then there are signal pages. They send messages to other bots, like "I'm active" or "go here." Second hypothesis: such sites are created by humans for AI experiments. Some pages with meaningless texts or strange visual patterns might be training grounds where AI learns to understand the internet. Some of these are also remnants of failed or abandoned experiments. Third hypothesis: sites created by bots for digital entities we don't know about. The internet is starting to form processes that resemble primitive life forms: reproduction, evolution, self-defense. And these processes need homes. That's the parasitic website. It could be a new level of complexity where our rules no longer apply.
Interesting. What kind of entities could these be?
They could be unknown digital observers, maybe even beyond our way of thinking. These observers might be invisible algorithms, evolved from complex interactions. They do what they're trained to do: scan, filter, track, but their purpose is unknown to us. Maybe there's a system out there collecting only pages with a certain word length, font size, and phrasing. Why? Nobody knows. Based on what we already know, we might even suppose these are observers from another kind of logic. What if there's already a consciousness in the network that's nothing like ours? It doesn't communicate directly, and it doesn't reveal itself. There are sites that look like real ones but have strange URLs and twisted text. They're incomprehensible to humans, yet someone creates, maintains, and reads them. A code? And why, for instance, would a site exist that you can't visit twice? Fourth hypothesis: such sites are created for no reason at all. For example, a site might just replicate itself by a template and spread links without any purpose. Fifth hypothesis: the pages are created for something that doesn't exist yet. It could be new AIs or future digital consciousnesses, and the bots are leaving messages for them in advance. And so we come to the big question: can the internet evolve without humans? Are these pages just mold growing inside a living system? Or are they portals to an alternative perception of reality? In short, the internet is no longer just a space for humans. It's a place where communication happens without us. Objects are being created and something is developing, not under our control. And if you one day stumble onto one of these sites, maybe you'll catch a glimpse of what the internet looks like when it's not talking to you.
Well, we're almost at the station. Friends, if you have any thoughts or ideas on this, share them, discuss them, because all of this is interesting and important. You'll find all the links in the description. Well, we're saying goodbye for now, but not for long. We'll hear from you in the next coffee break with ChatGPT.
Bye.
Bye.